Hello and welcome to the GCN News Show. We're still out at the Tour of Italy, bringing you all of the action, but today's the rest day and we're in France. It's been another very demanding week for the pairs and there's been a couple of very high profile riders abandoned. Bradley Wiggins of Team Sky and Ryder Hesjedal, last year's winner of Team Garmin-SHARP. And we caught up with his Directeur Sportif, Charly Wegelius, to find out exactly what the riders get up to on their day of rest. Charly, in France for the rest day, what do the riders get up to on their day of rest?
Usually a bit of a longer sleep. I think that's the first thing on the menu. A bike ride, which in this mountain location isn't necessarily easy, so this morning they rode up the Galibier. Doesn't sound like rest to me, but hey, that's the job they chose. A sleep in the afternoon, massage and then bed.
We've seen a couple of riders out on rollers doing their recovery ride today. Is that because of the climbs in the area, is it?
Yeah, and I think that, for a tired rider's legs, riding up a steep hill isn't the best way to loosen up. And I think that a lot of the riders feel better when they can have a good sweat, and get some liquids out of them. So I think that's productive for a lot of them.
It looks like it's been a really tough 2 weeks for all of the riders in the peloton. How are the Garmin-SHARP boys holding up?
They're doing well. There's obviously the normal small health worries that come in at the end of a race like this, but I think that almost every rider in the race has had something or has something at the moment: coughs, colds, sore knees, but it's just part of the game.
And one stage win for Raymond, 6 stages left. What's the aims for them?
Well, we've got our 3 good climbers, Stettner, Van der Velde and Tom Danielson. And I think the aim has to be to try and place one of them in an early breakaway that goes to the finish, like we've seen yesterday with Visconti. And then also we've got Robbie Hunt, who's very quick. And the sprints at the end of these 3-week races don't necessarily follow the form book, so I don't see why he can't come out with a result too.
Okay, well, good luck for the rest of the race. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks.
We often hear how special the Giro d'Italia is to the fans on the side of the road to watch because it's so accessible and such a special race. And we've got a couple of them over here who we understand have done the stage this morning. Did you go up the Galibier, sir?
Yeah, we went up the Galibier this morning, got a bit further than riders and nearly up to the top, but snow stopped the way, unfortunately, for us.
And have you been out to the Giro d'Italia before, or is this your first time?
No, it's our first time to the Giro, but we do ski here, so it's quite nice to come here when the sun's shining a little bit.
And what are the impressions from a fan's perspective on the side of the road of the race?
Race was great, and the other nice thing about cycling, of course, is we can actually do what the pros have done today. It was great. Yeah.
Thanks very much.
Cheers.
Well, it's not just the fans that find this race special, it's also the riders, and we caught up with a couple of them to find out exactly what it means to them to be in this race. Second rest day in your career, what do you do on these days?
They seem to be the quickest days I've ever experienced. You wake up, sort of get breakfast and a bike ride done, and then it's mid-afternoon and sort of trying to make the hours last as long as possible. So, but I mean, it's just sort of about as resting as much as possible, going from my bed to the massage bed to the osteotherapist bed back to my bed. So just trying to do as little as possible. I mean, we did do sort of a little bike ride, went up the Telegraph and then came back again. That was some boys did more, some didn't even look at their bikes. It's all personal preference on that.
It's just over a week now since you took that amazing victory in the time trial. Have you had time to sink in?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it's more when I'm riding in the bunch. It's just kind of, I get moments where I think I've won a stage of this race, and it's kind of still getting a kick out of it, I guess. I mean, I think when I get home it'll sink in. When Mum and Dad had kept all the papers and all the coverage and everything, and sort of looking forward to seeing all of that. And then the response back at home was massive. It was just all my friends and family were absolutely thrilled by it. I mean, it's by far the biggest win of my career. So it's really nice how many people have supported me, and I'm really grateful for that.
Okay, thanks for your time again, Alex. We'll see you again in the next 6 stages.
I hope so, thank you.
We're here with George and Jesse from the Radioshack Team. Guys, what are you getting up to on today's rest day?
Nothing. Trying to stay as horizontal as we can. Went for a bit of a spin, coffee shop, walked the massive walk up to the lunch, and now I'm going to go sleep and watch some movies, get a massage, shut it down.
And presumably as pro riders you get some luxurious hotels. How's this one?
This one's actually not too bad. There's no internet, but and yeah, we have to eat up in the tent, probably a couple 100 metres walk, but for breakfast, lunch and dinner. But the hotel is actually pretty good. I got the big bed as well out of the two, so.
So there's no restaurant in the hotel. You're having to walk to a tent, is it, to get breakfast and dinner?
Tent way up there, halfway up the Galibier.
The opening round of the UCI Mountain Bike World Cup took place at the weekend in Albstadt in Germany. There were a few surprise names to the front of the races. In the men's, it was Dan McConnell of Trek Factory Racing who took a surprise victory after out-sprinting his rivals. Whilst in the women's, Eva Lechner of Team Colnago took her first victory in a World Cup since 2010, coming in solo 8 seconds ahead of her rivals. Whilst everybody waited with bated breath for Mark Cavendish to reach the milestone of 100 career victories, he didn't wait long before notching up another one just 24 hours later. And it didn't go unnoticed by Geraint Thomas of Team Sky, who tweeted this: "Didn't stay on 100 for long, greedy bastard." Well, whilst it might be a day of rest and relaxation for the riders, the same can't be said for the staff. You can see behind me the Team Katusha mechanics. They've been working on the bikes all day long. And whilst the Giro has been taking place in Italy, there's also been a high-profile race taking place over in the US, the Tour of California, where Teejay van Garderen of Team BMC took arguably his biggest victory to date. We've had a lot of questions in the comments section below our videos asking what the riders eat during a Grand Tour, and of course the right nutrition is hugely important just to get the maximum out of the riders in the races and also to speed up recovery. But you can't always guarantee how good the food's going to be at a hotel, and that's why more and more teams are investing in these things, mobile kitchens, and we're here with the Saxo-Tinkoff one now. Inside we've got Hannah. What's on the menu for the riders tonight?
Well, tonight we're going a little bit of fish, a little bit of chicken. We're going to do some fish cakes, classic Danish dinner. Rice and pasta as always. It's always good before a long, hard stage. It's going to be a long stage tomorrow. So not too heavy meats. We're going to go white protein and then lots of veggies and nice salads. Haven't quite planned it completely yet, but they just had lunch. So yeah, that's the plan.
So on the rest days, you prepared breakfast, lunch and dinner for the riders, do you?
Yeah, 3 meals on the rest days. We keep it quite light rest days, so very low carb because they only go for a short ride. So yeah, to limit the energy intake so they don't gain weight when they have a day off. So yeah, low carb lunch, nice salad, eggs, a bit of tuna salad as well, nice bit of bread as well. So keep it simple, keep it light.
Keep your eyes peeled for a much more in-depth look at a mobile kitchen with the Garmin-SHARP head chef. Thanks for watching the news show. We'll be back again next week, but we've got plenty more to come before then.